Hey guys, welcome back to the video, and today we're going to be looking at my favorite NASCAR diecast that I own. So I just randomly decided to make this video just because why not? So we've got a lot of diecasts here, so we're going to quickly go through all of them, obviously. So I probably got like over 20 diecasts over here, so we're going to go through all of them pretty quickly. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on each of them, but yeah, that's just how it's going to go for today. So this is going to include all scales, 164, 124, and also one special tiny little diecast that I'll show you guys at the end. So let's get it started. So starting off, we have the number 0 Mike Wallace Market Scan diecast. So it's a 2020 car, but very cool for JD Motorsports and Mike Wallace to get a diecast made. So yeah, very cool. Numbers double 0 car for Mike Wallace. It's the 0 machine for him, and then the Market Scan sponsorship all over it. So I don't know what Market Scan is, but this is their diecast that they made. So this is the first one, so we'll move on to the next one. Here we actually got Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s 2022 Irish Spring and Kroger car. So I like this mostly but just because it's like a Stenhouse car, which is cool, and then it's also metal chassis diecast. It's one of my only ones, I think, and that also gives it a lot of points. So it has number 47 for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., his next-gen Irish Spring and Kroger cars here. So this is the Stenhouse car. Next up, this is J.J. Yeley's 2021 Arrowhead number 15 car for Rick Ware Racing. So I looked forever for this car, and I finally found it. And yeah, finally got this thing, number 15, J.J. Yeley Arrowhead car for Rick Ware Racing. So one of the only Rick Ware cars that was made. You also get another Rick Ware car in here. I'll show it to you guys later in the video. And this is the car we got here, the number 15 car for Rick Ware Racing for J.J. Yeley. Next up, we have A.J. Allmendinger's 2021 Indy Road Course win. So this is the first ever Cup Series race of the Indy Road Course, which was won by A.J. Allmendinger's second career win. So obviously this is a really cool diecast. I think it's one of the only Kaulig Racing diecasts that was made. The only ever Cup car for Kaulig Racing ever made in the 164 scale. So here it is, number 16, High Pierce for A.J. Allmendinger with the Indy Road Course damage and all that stuff. Makes it look really cool. This next one I know is going to be a fan favorite. It's Chase Elliott's 2018 Sun Energy 1 car. It's got all the playoff stuff, so I'm pretty sure this one ran at the Roval. So it's the round of 16 stuff, so I'm pretty sure this is the car that ran at the Charlotte Roval race, the first race for that track, and here is the car. The green stuff makes it look a lot worse, but without that green stuff, it looks really, really nice. So you got all the flames here, and then on the back, you got all those nice-looking orange and yellow flames back there as well. So this is one of my favorite Chase Elliott paint schemes. It's also kind of a rare diecast as well. Next up, this one isn't like my favorite paint scheme or anything, but it's special in a certain reason. So this is the first ever NASCAR Next Gen car that was sold, and I got it at Charlotte Motor Speedway during the Coke 600 weekend, so in 2022. So this is the first ever one that was made, and I was one of the first guys to actually get a Next Gen diecast, which is also really, really cool. So happy to actually have this one, 2022 car for the Coke 600, and it's the first ever Next Gen diecast made. Next, this is kind of like a backmarker truck, but it's still pretty cool. This is Jennifer Jo Cobb's DrivenHonor.org car. So yeah, this truck is really cool. It's their normal like pink and camouflage and white stuff here. So I wish Jennifer Jo Cobb would run some more races. I don't know where she went. She has been running a lot of races lately. But yes, the 10 car for Cobb, NASCAR Truck Series truck here, and the number 10 for Jennifer Jo Cobb. So now we're going to go for two diecasts. They're both Ricky Stenhouse Jr. diecasts, but one's a PTC mold diecast and one's a little banged up, but I don't care. It's the greatest paint scheme I've ever seen. So it's the Sunny D cars, of course. It's the PTC one. This is the one that's all banged up, so I don't have a perfect one of either. So here you go. The two cars side by side. It's the JGD Jordan Racing one. This is the Roush one, 2019, 2022. So we can take a look at them all side by side. Pretty similar paint schemes. Just this one has a lot darker decals, and I still prefer this one because it's on the Mustang as well. So yeah, but still very cool looking for both of them. I obviously prefer this one. You can take a look at this number 17 for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., one of my favorite paint schemes of all time with the Sunny D stuff. Next up is the first ever race Project 91 ran. So it's Kimi Räikkönen's Watkins Glen car here. So first ever time the 91 car went on track for the NASCAR Cup Series was Project 91 in Trackhouse. Obviously, a few races later that they did, Shane Van Gisbergen won in 2023 at Chicago Street Course, and this is the first ever race that they ran with Kimi Räikkönen. So I think they ran 3 races up until their Chicago Street race win, so I think that was their third ever race that they ran, and then they obviously won. First ever race, SVG, so a lot of inexperience there, but here is the driver that ran the first 2 races for Project 91. It's Kimi Räikkönen. Next up, you know I had to put this one in there. It's Martin Truex Jr.'s 2023 Bass Pro Shops car. Obviously, I had to have this one in here. It's a Truex car, obviously, and I'm a huge Truex fan. And I love paint scheme as well. That's not the only reason this car is in here. So I absolutely love the 2023 version of this car. All the camouflage and the silver and all the different Bash Pro Shops colors make it look really nice. Next up is a race version diecast. So it's Ross Chastain's first career win at COTA. So this is an amazing looking paint scheme. Probably one of my favorite Ross Chastain paint schemes that there was. And all the green confetti kind of ruins it, but still, it's a great car. And I even got the silver number. It's also metal chassis as well, so it looks very nice. So it's an amazing paint scheme here for Ross Chastain. ONX Home and iFly with the COTA win. Here's the second Rick Ware Racing diecast of the video. This is Ryan Preece's 2022 Coca-Cola 600 Hunt Brothers Pizza diecast. So we ran this one, obviously the Coke 600, the patriotic version and all that stuff. So main reason I have this in here is it's a Rick Ware car. So two 15 cars for Rick Ware Racing, as you can see right here. One JJ one Ryan Preece, and this is the Ford. This one is a Chevy. So I kind of prefer this one. I like the paint scheme a little bit better, and it's all the patriotic stuff with Hunt Brothers Pizza. Now this next one is one with a pretty bad story behind it, but I still love the paint scheme. It's Kurt Busch's final ever lap in a NASCAR Cup car. This is the car that crashed at Pocono. This car actually technically never ran in a race since the backup car with Ty Gibbs was run, and that was a different paint scheme. So yeah, this car was only ever run in practice, and then that final ever lap that Kurt Busch has still yet had in the NASCAR Cup Series. So I'll probably come back eventually, and that isn't technically the final lap he'll ever have, but unfortunately, it's the car that basically ended Kurt Busch's full-time career. Next up is the car that won the 2023 Coke 600. It's Ryan Blaney's Body Armor Patriotic car. So they released this one pretty much, I think, a few days after the Coke 600 since they already had it up for pre-order. So happy they did that. It's not the race version, that comes a lot later. So, but still very nice looking car for Ryan Blaney. Probably one of his better body armor cars here. And yeah, all the red and the camouflage makes it look very nice. And I like it better than his 2022 version, even than the 2021 versions. He ran the body armor edge cars during those years. So still very nice looking car for Ryan Blaney. This one is a Live Fast Motorsports diecast. So it's BJ McLeod's Gatorlands car that he ran in the 2021 Daytona Summer Race. So a nice looking car for BJ McLeod, but the main thing is obviously it's a Live Fast Motorsports diecast. So very nice looking, all the teeth and stuff and all the Gator scales here makes it look very cool. This is also another one of the fan favorites. It's Jeffrey Earnhardt's 2022 Talladega number 3 for RCR with Larry McReynolds on the crew chief box. This is the Xfinity car they ran at Talladega. Actually won the pole and finished second in that race, so I wish he won the race. Noah Gragson ended up winning, so this is the forever long car for Jeffrey Earnhardt. Almost a pure black number 3 car, but just a little bit of green here, which should be like the silver and red stuff there. So, but still very nice looking for Jeffrey Earnhardt. You're going to see this guy a lot in this video, and we have like 4 more diecasts left of his. It's Martin Truex Jr.'s 2022 Indy Road Course car. So this is by far his best paint scheme of 2022. This car is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I should have gotten the 124 scale version of it as well. I might actually get that one day. And yeah, I absolutely love the look of this car. Everything is perfect about it. And it's the owner's insurance car. And I absolutely love this car for the Martin Truex Jr. Foundation. We got 4 more 164s and then a few other 124s that I'll show you guys. This is Ryan Blaney's 2022 Texas All-Star Race win. So you know there's a pretty interesting story behind this one. So Ryan Blaney technically won the race, but then actually had to win it twice because NASCAR had the weird rule where on the final lap they could throw a caution and then they could do an overtime attempt. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. barely hit the wall, you know how it went, and they had to do an overtime attempt. Ryan Blaney, the good thing is he ended up winning. It would have been a disaster if he actually ended up losing that race or getting crashed out or something. That would be a very bad look for NASCAR, but fortunately he still won the race, and this is the car that won it. Next up, we have Josh Bilicki's 2022 Ziegler.com diecast for Spire Motorsports. So, very cool looking car here for Josh Bilicki. And it's the number 77 with the yellow and black stuff. So, very nice looking diecast. And it's also a Spire car with a Josh Bilicki name on it as well. So, very nice looking diecast here for Josh Bilicki. 2 more 164s here, and they're both trucks, but the one I'm going to save for later with the 124s because it goes together so sort of in a set. So, this is Matt DiBenedetto's number 25 Rackley Roofing car for 2022. So this is the truck for Rackley War, his first ever season there. He also won in this truck at Talladega. I'm pretty sure it was the pink version. They released that diecast, so I'm going to get that one pretty soon. So, but yeah, I'm a huge Matt DiBenedetto fan, and this is number 25 Rackley Roofing for DiBenedetto. Before we get into anything else, I've got to show you guys this one. It's a finger-sized diecast, so it's a 94 car truck. I mean, if it ever wants to focus, so there it is. It's the size of my finger, so one of my fingers, so that's crazy. This is how small this diecast is. So 94 Super 8 Motel diecast here. I actually got this one for free, Jack's Racing Collectibles, and you can see how small this truck actually is. So, but it's still very nice looking compared to like a 124. I'll show you guys that later. This thing is insane. So these next three actually will prove to you that I'm a huge Truex fan. So you got Hauler of the Bristol Dirt Win, the 164 of the Bristol Dirt Win, and the 124 of the Bristol Dirt Win. So lots of Bristol Dirt action going on over here. So you can take a look at a lot of all owners blue. So I absolutely love the look of this paint scheme, and it's all the Bristol Dirt stuff. And yeah, nothing else to say here other than you can tell I'm an enormous Truex fan, and I got everything that actually had to do with his win. So 2 diecasts remain. This next one is, of course, a Martin Truex Jr. diecast. So it's his 2019 Las Vegas Motor Speedway win. So it's the fall race from Las Vegas. My camera wants to focus. So the main reason I like this car, look at all that confetti and look at that tire underneath here. So it's an all shredded up tire. It looks very amazing, and yeah, the shredded up tire puts a great touch on it, and then you can tell all the roof flaps open as well. All the confetti all around it, even the playoff banners make it look really cool. Got a little bit of damage there on the side, so this is the car we have here. We got one more diecast out of this one, and let's take a look at it. So this next diecast is one that a lot of people probably want. So it's Tony Stewart's 2010 NASCAR Nationwide Series Daytona win with the Ritz and Oreos color. So this one is very, very nice. It's got all the Daytona damage and dirt and stuff, all the rubber buildup as well, and you can take a look at it, the Oreo and Ritz car. So this car paint scheme is very cool looking. I love the look of this car as well, and I know a lot of people have told me that they wanted this car. I'm fortunate enough to have this thing, and I absolutely love the look of this number 4 car for Tony Stewart with a Nationwide Series win at Daytona. So finally, I told you guys I would show you guys the 124 with this tiny little truck. So there it is, 2 Truck Series diecast, the biggest you can get and then the smallest you can get. And you can take a look how much smaller this one is. It barely fits even on the roof. So that's crazy. Like not even as long as the roof there. So 2 trucks, but one is tiny and one is giant. You can't even see it back there when I put it down there. You can barely see it. So that's just going to wrap it up with all of my favorite NASCAR diecasts. So that's going to wrap up this video. You can take a look at all of these diecasts we got here. All my favorite NASCAR diecasts right over here. So I might make a part 2 of this one eventually once I get more, but we'll see. So that'll be it. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.